Okay, so it's that time of the semester, midterm week. It can feel like a total pressure cooker, right? Well, don't sweat it. We've put together a really straightforward game plan to help you get through it all with confidence and maybe even a little bit of calm. So let's dive right in.
So yep, midterm week is officially here. And look, that can bring on a ton of stress, especially if this is your first year dealing with college-level exams. Feeling anxious is completely normal, but the key, as we're about to see, is having a solid strategy to lean on. And I want you to really let this sink in. This isn't just some fluffy motivational quote, it's the truth. You've been putting in the work all semester long. This week isn't about starting from scratch, it's about showing what you know. So, how do we do that effectively?
Okay, first things first, the prep plan. What you do in the days leading up to the test is honestly half the battle. This is where you lay the groundwork for success. It's all about smart preparation. So, your mission, should you choose to accept it, is not to learn an entire semester's worth of material in one night. No way. It's to focus your energy, review what you've already learned, and most importantly, avoid that last-minute, panic-fueled cramming session. Trust me, you've been getting ready for this all along.
And here's your super practical checklist for the days before. First, get rid of distractions. Put the phone on silent, maybe even in another room, so your study time actually counts. Next, it's okay to cancel plans that aren't essential. Your friends will understand. Then, get some exercise. This one is huge. Even just a quick walk gets those endorphins flowing, which are basically natural stress fighters. And finally, eat well to avoid that awful brain fog. It's really about prepping your mind and your body.
And wow, this slide perfectly sums up the most critical choice you're going to make the night before your exam. Getting a full night of sleep is, without a doubt, the winning strategy. It helps lock in memories and lowers your stress levels. Pulling an all-nighter? That's a losing gamble, my friend. It just jacks up your anxiety and leaves you totally exhausted. Seriously, don't do it.
All right, so you've prepped, you're rested, and now you're sitting there, exam in hand. What's the plan? Let's talk about the main event, the test takedown.
This 5-step process is your roadmap. Seriously, don't just dive in. First, get the lay of the land. Give the whole thing a quick read. Then, go for the quick wins. Answer all the easy ones you know right off the bat. This builds confidence and momentum. Now, if you hit a question that stumps you, just mark it and move on. Don't let one tricky question burn your time and energy. You can always circle back to it before you do one final review at the end.
Let's get even more tactical, right? For multiple choice questions, you gotta play the odds. Even if you're not sure, you can almost always eliminate one or two answers that are clearly wrong. For essays, a quick 2-minute outline is a game changer. It keeps you from rambling and makes sure your thoughts are organized. And here's a fantastic pro tip. Read the multiple choice questions before you tackle the essay. You might find little hints or memory joggers in there. Now let's be real, even with the best plan in the world, you might feel that wave of panic start to rise. It has a name, exam anxiety, and the very first step to getting a handle on it is just to recognize that it's a real, super common thing. You are definitely not alone in feeling this way. So what do you do in that exact moment, when your heart starts pounding? The advice is incredibly simple, but it is so powerful. Just stop and take one deep, conscious breath. Think of it like a reset button for your entire nervous system. It breaks that anxiety spiral and helps you get your focus back.
And as you're taking that breath, tell yourself this. Remind yourself that you are in control. You might not control the questions on the page, but you control your response. You've got a plan, you've done the work, and you can absolutely handle this.
And you did it. You navigated the prep, you made it through the exam itself. But hold on, the game plan isn't quite over. This last phase is just as important for your well-being. It's time to cross the finish line.
Yes, the hard part is over. It is time to let go of all that pent-up tension and do something you actually enjoy. It's so important to mark the occasion and give yourself that release.
And listen, this isn't just about having fun. It's about acknowledging your effort. You put in the time, you put in the energy, and you have absolutely earned the right to relax and recharge. This is how you prevent burnout.
This might be the toughest piece of advice, but it's crucial. Once you've handed in that exam, you have to let it go. Obsessing over what you could have written differently won't change a thing. Give yourself permission to move on. It's out of your hands, so free up that mental space for something better.
So we'll leave you with this question to chew on. What are you going to do with that awesome, well-earned break? Whether it's seeing friends, binging a show, or just taking the longest nap of your life, plan your reward. You made it through midterms. Enjoy it. You've earned it.